Hey, what's up, guys? It might be short, I don't know, but anyways, coming today, coming, a little bit later on the night, kind of just to bring a little news thing. So many of you guys out there in the world want to argue with each other, saying PlayStation is better, Xbox is better, Nintendo is better. Me personally, I like PlayStation because I grew up on it. It's where all my friends are located. They each have their own thing. PlayStation has its exclusives. The whole entire Call of Duty 30, like the 1 month before map DLC and all that crap. Xbox, it has its man, I just got done posting this on something. I'm gonna bother linking to it because I don't even know. It's a website that I probably shouldn't even trust. I only trust it because people were arguing over it, and I was just like, bruh, what are you guys even arguing over? Like, they're all consoles. Like, either way it goes, they're all consoles. PlayStation exclusives. That whole 30-day before and 30-day ahead. Xbox has its freaking, it's 4K. It's got its awesome online. It's got its whole, console, things like that. Then you've got computers. They have their great graphics and their interchangeable parts. You've got Nintendo with Mario. Me personally, I just recommend you go with whatever one. Yeah, I'll talk crap about a console and then usually come back and be like, I know I'll talk crap about it, but this console right here is probably next. Because, that's what I do. I look up news about a console. And when something happens to one console, since people claim that it's not a great console, well, then the next great console usually gets that to happen to it. So you can have the best console in the world, and then you can have your competitor who has the worst. Either one of you gets attacked, the next one's coming. Like whoever's next could be the one that's poor, could be the one that's rich, the one that sucks, and the one that's great. Do gotta point out, I'm not trying to sound like a Sony fanboy though, but currently Sony has the better way of kind of going right now because they own 50 some percent of the market while Xbox is kind of trailing behind. Hey, at least neither one's doing as bad as Nintendo right now. I mean, you gotta give them credit. At least they're staying up with each other. Nintendo's got what? Probably 5%? Whatever's left out of the 50 some, plus the 20 some, plus probably the teen percent. And take away that from 100%, you probably got the computer market. Some people say, yeah, computers are great and all, but when you look at it, some people don't buy computers because, well, a lot of these games, like the one I'm playing, require a lot of, a great computer to do it. And I'll be honest with you, it took me, 2-3 years after I wanted a computer to get one that could handle BeamNG. And honestly, I'd still prefer to get a PlayStation. I'd rather get a PS4 Pro than a regular one again. That's why I ain't got another PS4 yet. I'm pretty sure out there in the world, I probably could have got another one. Probably could have got a PS4 that's used, but I know the PS4 Pro, people are going to say it's not great. Keep losing my voice. Sorry about that. Somewhere in the world, someone's going to say, it's not that great of a console. You don't need it. I'd get it because regular PS4s, they had their issues. Like all consoles. The first console that was made of that console generation, the first console made by Sony, like PlayStation 2, their first PS2s, all the, no one really cared about internet back then because it was still pretty much just starting out because it's when people like, people. I just want to point it out right now. Like, yeah, internet existed. People used it then, but it only just really started kicking off after like YouTube was pretty much created. Because a lot of great companies were still setting up their internet. You got PlayStation 2. I'm pretty sure it had its issues when it first came out. Regular Xbox did. The GameCube did. The Wii did. The 360 did. The PS3 did when they all first came out. PS4, PS4 and Xbox One and the Wii U. Like, I can already tell you their main flaws. Xbox One, graphics sucked worse than PlayStation. PlayStation had its overheating, and the Wii U just lacked in AAA. And as always, you can't really do well. Pretty much that's about all I wanted to say in this video. So, pretty much just leave your comments below. If you like, just leave a comment. Like, you can tell you like if you want to start arguing with somebody about a console, go ahead. I'll just respond. Look, I'll just respond. With like the clear details. Look, this console has better exclusives. This console has like better online. Computer has its great graphics, and well, the Switch kind of has Mario. Other than Mario, though, I don't know. I've watched videos of people playing the Switch, heard people talking about it, and so far it seems like, if I wanted to get one, I'd probably wait, because it don't sound like it's starting off to a great start. Someone's probably going to want to start arguing with me. I've had people tell me, nah, it's never going to happen, but I hate to bring it up. I mean, I still love Nintendo. Like, Mario was a great game before, they made it all 3D and crap. But anyways, I kind of just think Nintendo's reached its point, its peak in the world, and now it's starting its decline. It happens to every company. It happens to everything in the world. Once you get to be so great, you have to fall. It's just the way life works. Some companies just can't pick themselves back up after they fall. And, well, we all know where that leads. Look at Sega. It pretty much dropped out of the console. I don't catch me up in this, but I'm pretty sure Sega sold to another company. Don't catch me up, because, they still have Sega games, yeah, that are made. But I'm just saying, like, I'm thinking they did. If they didn't, then they're just solely creating games, because, they had to face PlayStation 1 and the NES, and they were pretty much at their lowest. And, if you're at your lowest point, if you can't prove to people that you can save yourself, then guess what comes after your lowest point? The no point, where you're gone. And you pretty much lose everything you worked for. Something to quite a few companies. I know people don't want to think about GTA that way, but think about it. It's starting to reach its point. Rockstar's thinking, we can do this and this to our customers, and they'll not mind. They're starting to overcharge and starting to trying to make you buy shark cards and things. I love Rockstar. I'd do anything to help the company out, because, they created great games, and they're still creating great. Look at me, I'm getting tongue twisted on games. But they're still creating great games. It's just, sooner or later, them wanting all that money is going to catch up, and several companies have done that. Sony's done it once. It's kind of what they did with the PlayStation 3. It was a great console, but they kind of quit focusing on games for it, and kind of quit listening to customers, and you see what it did to them. Yeah, they're not much better, but then again, can you really blame them? I mean, think about it. If you look around, look at each other. You got the cyberbullies, you got hackers, you've got like people who just want to argue all the time, people who want to cuss each other out. Things like you got like these people that just don't really have respect for nothing. People who don't have respect cause some people who were nice at one point in time to change how they do things. On top of that, I'm pretty sure if your company got hacked like a gazillion times, after a while you'd lose that all happy smile face, and customers would notice it, and then they'd all start taking notice. Because you gotta think, yeah, PlayStation will probably never straighten up its security, but what happens if you're a brand new recruit there who's all happy? Well, whenever you experience that whole entire hack and it ruins your, like, they get your bank account and things and where you live, and they start, and like, it's pretty much just identity theft, that smile's gonna go away really quick. Think about that. Like, anytime you want to complain about customer support for a place, look up its history and see what all it's went through. Because, yeah, it could be their fault that they didn't update this or do that, but you gotta think, even after going through all the things they go through, after a certain point, it's pretty much like saying, well, I pretty much paid them back for what they did, but I'm going to continue. That's what a lot of companies have had happen to them. When a hacker hacks somewhere, when they start taking private information, at that point it's pretty much like, oh, well, I hacked into them to prove that they were breakable. I pretty much showed them, I paid you back for not doing this or that. But when you start stealing private information, that's pretty much like a whole new level of just trying to piss somebody off. And at that point, you do piss off somebody. You piss off the company. Because not only do they have to fix that, which takes money out of their pocket, they gotta reimburse the people who their stuff was kind of hacked into. They kind of gotta help them out. Because they know if they don't help them, they're going to leave the company, and, well, guess what? Less money you're making, because the less people working on a project, which means it may not turn out as great. Think about it. How Rockstar lost Leslie Benny's because, they decided to be stupid. That hurt them more than anything. Oh, and for anyone who's wondering, by the way, because it's been going on in the background, me just crashing the same truck over and over, I decided you guys would enjoy listening to some news while watching a car flip over. Oh, some other news. I guess the Marines are starting to take a look into some hacks recently. And also some world news, like not hacking, nothing to do with like electronics, Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, but China and Russia are trying their best to kind of, like, I know news places don't want to state that they are, and they want to claim, oh, Russia and China just doing this or this, trying to get their military to this or this. The facts are there. China and Russia, like, they hate us. China hates us because we owe them lots of money in debt. And, well, you gotta think, them being a bigger country, if you owe somebody a lot of debt, they're not gonna like you. And Russia, they just don't like us because, well, we've always been better than them, and, well, we kind of, everything that happens against Russia, we've kind of always been against Russia. We've never really helped Russia, and we had that whole Cold War, and because Russia lost all its power during that, they've kind of hated us since. And I mean, would you kind of blame them? Would you really blame them though? Country comes over and starts messing with like stuff that's going on inside of your borders. Like, I don't want to like be like disloyal to America or like a terrorist, but think about it. Countries were nice. They left like, well, they weren't nice, but the United States kind of kept other countries from interfering with the Civil War. Why couldn't we just like pretty much did the same with Russia? Just told them, look, we can deal with each other after you get done with your internal things. Because think about it, if we would have done that, instead of like going straight to war with them while they're having internal problems, who knows? We maybe could have helped them. Me personally, I'd rather get on a country's good side while still showing that, hey, we have the strength that if you need to be taught, if you need to be put back in line, I'll feel bad for doing it, but I'll do it to keep peace because, ain't nobody want to fall out in real life. I know I don't. Anyways, I'm gonna probably do one more crashing background and finish off this by saying my opinion. I prefer PlayStation to still. I'd prefer to buy a new PlayStation 4 Pro than a brand new Xbox Scorpio, and even a PC for that matter. Cause since 2014, I've sank all my money into PlayStation. So I mean, you kind of gotta think. All my life, I've spent all my money on PlayStation games, software things. Anything to do with PlayStation, I pretty much spent most of my money on it. And what normal person's gonna say? Nah, we prefer this other company because it's got this. And just because they got this, we're gonna go be with them. Although we sank almost $1,000 into this other one. I'm sorry, you do that. I hate to say this, but if you do that, you're pretty much not being smart. If you got the money, yeah, go ahead. But if you're someone like me, you ain't got the money, which means you're not gonna buy a brand new console and be all happy. Oh, hey, yeah, this is the best console. You're gonna be like, I miss my other console. I'd rather have it because it's where all my money went. If you see where I'm coming from. If you don't, somebody could probably explain it to you better than I could. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it at this question. What console do you prefer? Which one do you prefer? And if it's not the Switch, you can leave your gamer tag below and I'll add you. If it's on PlayStation, still gotta get a new one. I'm not gonna buy a regular PlayStation because the regular PS4s since launch have had their issues of overheating. And you see, for me, it'd be better just to buy a PS4 Pro because, after a couple of years, when they release an upscaled version of a system, of course they at least got some of the issues fixed. So that's a plus to buying a newer made console. That's why nobody wants to buy an older console. It's like, yeah, man, I'm gonna buy this regular Xbox One that came out so many years ago that sucked at graphics. When for like the same amount of money, I can get one that's updated and upgraded and is better. See where I'm going? But tell me your console. If it's PlayStation, I can add you and message you from PlayStation apps on the phone. Unlike my phone. If it's Xbox, leave the gamer tag. I'll add you on Xbox One. If it's Steam, leave your gamer tag. I'll add you. We can play, I don't know, Gary's Mod. Pretty much about the only game I got right now. I've been trying to here and there, I've been buying a few games for the Xbox One. Modern Warfare is almost downloaded, so hooray at that. But like and subscribe. If you want more news, you can tell me. Tell me a topic to look up. I'll look it up and try to explain it as best as I can using the sources. Sources I have confirmed are pretty much like, almost every source, like every kind of news source there is, like Forbes and GameStop, things like that. Pretty much where I get all my sources of this console's doing better right now in the market. And this console's got this, and this console's got this. I type in a console, go to the news tab of Bing or Google, whichever one, and I look for something that I haven't already read. I go through there, and if I see something new, I'm like, okay, I'll put that. But yeah, like and subscribe, comment gamer tags. It's James. Stay tuned for more. And don't forget, 100 subscribers on top of the Toy Car Showcase video too. You have to remember one thing about that video. Toy Car Showcase is actually one of those videos where it's determined that you answer. So is the 100 subscriber thing. Both of those, most of my videos actually depend on you guys. If you look at there's a couple where I'm like, look, if you want this or this to happen, I gotta know. But anyways, like, subscribe. It's James. Make sure to stay safe out there. And although you don't want to, watch the news. It's actually sometimes it's disturbing, but sometimes it's interesting. I'll see you.